there's a part that transitions to common area, and it mentions that in Order 6.
Sidewalk and along.
When you're going from the street into your driveway, you're responsible for your driveway down to the street.
If the sidewalk is the association's, and everybody should have the same sidewalk, that's going to be an easement. That means in that area, because if someone trips on that curbing or that blocking, when I walk, some of it's uneven, where's the lawsuit coming from? Who's the plaintiff, who's going to be sued? The homeowner's insurance or the association?
Everybody,
because
according
that
to the law.
homeowner decided to rip up the common area. They decided to beautify their home, which is, all of them are beautiful, but there's bumps in it.
The
And
documents-
if you trip, so then bring it back. Bring back the concrete and the concrete apron if you're going to make it all the association.
The
Make it all
documents mention transitions. There are exceptions, and that is your driveway, where the path across the common areas. It says which may from time to time intersect common area. So that's an example. Everybody's driveway. If you have pavers and they're uneven, you're responsible for that because your whole driveway is pavered. I have pavers. If I am negligent and have lower pavers and somebody trips, I'm responsible.
If you have a community, if you have a company that's going to power wash that area through the association, suppose something happens. Suppose something's damaged.
They power wash the sidewalk, not
The
your
homeowner's going to sue
driveway.
the association to have it repaired.
Well, there's all kinds of scenarios. The lawyer said, they could sue, the association sue the homeowner, and who knows what's going to happen as a result.
They've repaired the sidewalks in the past, right? The association?
No.
Yeah.
No.
When Dick Helm was president, we repaired a few.
A few. That's what we're
The
saying.
ones that
You
were
only
broken that were
repair
necessary.
depends on who's president.
That's elected enforcement.
Yes, it is.
And that was wrong.
Our sidewalk needs
Bill, I got a question for you about that plot plan. That's a rough plot plan, if I'm not mistaken, you were looking at.
It's a survey map of the whole community.
At the infrastructure, if I'm not correct, right?
Yeah, that's
It shows
recorded.
no sidewalks whatsoever.
It
It
shows the
says
right of way.
RW, I believe.
Yep.
R/.
It doesn't show sidewalks, but it shows the right of way. Sidewalks are included in the right of way.
In the right of way
Yeah.
goes along with the title of the house.
No, it does not. The right to use the right of way is the appurtenance. Please don't come up.
Don't read appurtenance, I got 5 pages. He's an
The
attorney.
lawyer said that.
You know what, we're not getting anywhere with this. We've hashed this over for a year. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of it. If anybody wants to challenge what the board, the decision that was made, you're free to do so.
I have a quick question. As someone who, because of my life, I unfortunately can't make a lot of these meetings. And when I see these outbursts, this is one of the reasons why I don't like to
Thank
come to
you.
these meetings. But also, I'd like to hear both sides. And I think it's unfair to hear other board members shutting down one of their colleagues or one of their other members when they try to give a second opinion.
Thank you.
I can't come to a lot of these. I know it was hashed out over the last 12 months, but I'd like to hear both sides and hear, hear.
I will be more than happy to let you read all of this at your leisure. I don't know where you live. I'd be happy to drop it off to you. You read it, you'll get both sides, and then you can really make up your own mind. And basically, as I said, we were forced to make a decision. We made the decision, and we made it with the best interest of everybody here in Meadowbrook. Taking over the sidewalks, cleaning the sidewalks, etc., blah, blah, blah. You're not going to get anything for nothing. You're still going to pay for it. And you're also going to pay for it to clean all these people's sidewalks who aren't even paying their homeowners dues. So we're going right back to where we did years ago when we had cable TV that was in your homeowners association dues. They didn't pay their dues, but by gosh, they came home and turned on the 6 o'clock news every night. So you're going backwards. We've done this for 12 years. We've never had a problem except last year with 2 people that decide they don't want to clean their sidewalk in its common area, and you have to take care of it. Well, guess what? you want to be held hostage by two people who just are too lazy to clean their sidewalks, then that's your problem.
Are you?
No more committee reports?
Yes, we are, but I don't know if they are ready for the election yet.
We have no other unfinished business, and the only new business now is to vote on the membership resolutions that have been voted on. Are you? I don't know how they're going back there.
About 10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes, my God.
Maybe you can just get to know your neighbor while we're waiting for the results.
Have you heard anything about the house next door to us?
I can't hear you, Teresa.
Have you heard anything about the house next door to us? Any news?
I have not heard anything more except that they have, the attorney has it in their hands and they are going to, Mr. whoever owns the house. Now, did the lady ever come back?
No, I told her I was gonna report her, so I called that 800 number that we had.
Yeah.
And, then the lady, actually, when I was down at your house, she came and went over to our house. But I'm not seeing it, because I told them they needed to lock the house.
Oh, wait, they can't hear you. Perhaps I could shed some light on this. There is a house next to, Teresa. There is a house next to Teresa who we are having is one of our legal problems. This gentleman supposedly bought the house, but he only has a certificate of title. Well, what is happening, he was making up his own leases and leasing it to these people, telling them they had to fix the whole, all his property and to do whatever. Now, I can't imagine anybody being that dumb to sign a lease like that you have to fix the swimming pool, replace the sod, whatever. They had some nice people in there, and basically, they finally said enough was enough, and they left. Well, what he was doing is the bank came, they put a sign on the house that he couldn't rent the house. Well, what was happening, he was telling people he dismantled the garage door so they could go in through the garage. And Teresa every once in a while would say, there's somebody in the house. So then we have to go through this all over again to see who is in this house, why are they in the house. Teresa's made several phone calls, I've made some phone calls. So right now, it's in the hands of the attorney to stop this. And as long as there's nobody in the house right now, then evidently we're on our way to getting that solved. These are just one of the few issues that we're still working on. And I'm sure you want to sit here for another hour so I can tell you all the other issues.
I'd like to ask a couple questions. How many foreclosures do we currently have in the community? Do we have any idea?
What, about 4?
Well, we have some bank-owned property that's really not foreclosure, but I think we have like 4 or 5.
4 or 5?
4 or 5.
That's a nice downward trend, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And do we have any idea as far as what's happening to the house values in our community? Is it trending upward, or are we still
I
level?
think a little bit.
Yeah, a couple of them have sold pretty good price, I mean, increase.
So we're rebounding a little bit, and I think it helps because of the way the community looks and that type of thing. And I just talked to somebody else the other day that just said that they're looking for a house in here. I don't know if Glenn's here or not, but they're going to contact him. So who knows, Nick?
You get new consolidated mailboxes, it's gonna jack them way
Bill, don't go there because the next mallet, place this mallet hits, it's going to be on your head. Gail?
Why don't you ask about the community information and rules booklet, if everybody has a copy of that?
Are there any new people here that have just moved in that don't have?
You've got your copy, right, of the rules book? Show them what it looks like.
looks
Just
like
show 'em.
this.